Hello everyone, my name is Carmen and I am the researcher in charge of Cementir's products under the NY Solutions umbrella. Welcome once again to a new online training session. This time I will introduce you to our new product, Olver InBind, which is a wide binder for ultra-high performance applications. In this presentation, I will start by giving you a short introduction into Cementir's innovation route, known as InY Solutions, and the products we got so far. Then, we will refresh the concept of ultra-high performance concrete to establish a baseline for InBind and understand better each part inside this technology. In the same order of ideas, I will explain briefly why UHPC has a role into the future of the construction business. And we will finish by explaining more in detail the InBind technology itself in terms of performance. As part of its innovation strategy, Cementir started in white, and since 2015 it has developed a range of products with the aim of making the cement business more sustainable, efficient, and up to the highest quality products. The modern technology, which is FutureCem, is a new sustainable patented gray cement with reduced clinker content that has been launched already in Denmark, France, and Benelux. Then we have our two UHPC ready-to-use dry mix products, Olver Extreme for structural applications and Olver Excel for high-end architectural applications. These products are available worldwide. If you want to know more about them and about UHPC in general, you can find another training material in our Olver-wide website dedicated only to this technology. We also are developing a white mortar for 3D concrete printing applications, Olver Explore, and finally we have two new products in the pipeline, Olver Recover, a new HPC for overlay of bridges, and InBind, the binder for high performance. Before going into details about InBind, it is important to remember the concept of UHPC. UHPC stands for Ultra High Performance Concrete, and UHPFRC are the initials for Ultra High Performance Fiber Reinforced Concrete. Due to the real nature of UHPC, fibers are always part of the final solution. Therefore, we will define UHPFRC as a hydraulic cement-based composite material which combines at least these three concrete technologies. The first one, high characteristic compressive strength, which is more than 130 megapascal, ductile behavior under tension due to the presence of fibers, and a special selection of fine and ultra-fine aggregates that provides dense particle packing, high durability, and certain degree of flowability. The most important message about UHPC is that it's a lot more than only a strong material. It is a material with properties between steel and concrete and with an outstanding durability. So, what can UHPC bring into the construction business that might be valuable? Well, let's focus on three properties. First, flow. UHPC can be designed to be both self-compacting or thixotropic, allowing to fulfill an extended variety of applications and production processes. For example, self-leveling materials come very handy into the precast segment, where UHPC is being massively used right now. Second, the mechanical properties. Its high compressive strength and ductility due to the fibers will allow for a significant reduction of the element thickness and weight. This translates into material savings, which will impact both cost, but also will reduce the CO2 footprints of the elements. Third, durability will have a huge impact into the maintenance cost, especially when talking about infrastructure where the costs for maintenance are so high. Now that ultra-high performance is understood, it's the right time to introduce the backbone of InWhite products, InBind. Now it's time to talk about InBind itself. InBind is the binder used in all our InWhite products, Extreme, Excel, Explore, and Recover. It's based on a FutureCem patented limestone calcined clay technology, but using the highest quality raw materials to ensure the highest pozzolanic reaction and whiteness. InBind has been tested by selected customers with good results in terms of fresh, mechanical properties, and durability indicators. The idea of commercializing the binder separately is to allow customers for total customization and flexibility, using their own aggregates and additives. With our technical support and our customer practical expertise, we will be able to develop together mixes that fit their own production process and achieve the mechanical and durability properties that they need. If we must condense in one slide the main benefits of InBind, then this is the one. By using InBind with the right aggregates to ensure the maximum packing and also with wire to binder ratios between 0.21 and 0.27, ultra-high performance is guaranteed. Also, InBind allows for a high level of customization because the customer is the one choosing the sands and admixtures from local source. The performance is reliable and will not change between batch to batch due to our continuous monitoring of QC indicators. Finally, but also very important, Cementir will provide an initial test package to support the customer during the initial recipe design. I want to highlight some of the benefits and features of InBind, such as high early and final strength, whiteness, which allow to add pigments and target specific colors, flexible solution using local sands and additives that will fill the current production facility and process at the customer site, and technical support included with the solution. The binder can be used for wet cast applications where high strength and durability are required. For example, UHPC sunscreens, facades, panels, structural elements, outdoor furniture, and a lot more to be explored. This is a very good example of high-end application using InBind. The product was tested using a 3D concrete printing recipe as part of the NextCon project at Danish Technological Institute, the DTI, with very good results. And this element that you can see here was actually casted with InBind. So you can see how much the high performance, but also the whiteness will help to achieve a very beautiful and very good product at the end. In the next slides, I will show some mechanical durability properties that UHPC mixes with InBind achieved. In terms of mechanical properties, we were able to achieve mean compressive strength of more than 130 megapascal in 10 by 20 centimeter cylinders, with flexural strength of more than 20 megapascal. This mix has a water to binder ratio of 0.21, 3 sand ratios, and 200 kilos by cubic meter of steel fibers. By changing the sands and water to binder, different mechanical values will be achieved. We measure lots of durability indicators of all our products. I will share in this presentation just a couple of them to illustrate the behavior of the binder. You can go to our website and get the product information sheets and brochures for more details. What you're seeing here is a chloride ingress test according to a Nordic procedure and NT-Bill 492 or CTH method. In this method, the chloride diffusion coefficient is calculated. You can pause the presentation and read the test procedure explained in the blue box. These values that we got are linked to our product Ulverstream Light 120, in which the binder used is InBind. The chloride diffusion coefficient was equal to 0.27 times 10 to the negative 12, while for traditional infrastructural concrete it will be between 0.9 and 2. Such a small value could lead to potential of cover reduction between 45 and 63%, which is a very promising result in terms of material savings. Now, another durability indicator will be free thaw, which we measure using another Nordic method, SS 137244. It's explained here in the blue box. In this method, the freeze thaw resistance is calculated in terms of scaling of material. Very simplified explanation, the less scaling, the better resistance. There are some levels going from very good, where the scaling is less than 0.1, to unacceptable, where the scaling after 56 cycles is more than 1. For Ulverstream Light 120, after 112 cycles, no scaling was observed. So the material will qualify for very good in the free thaw scale. Even though we are referring to Ulverstream, the durability indicators measured in all our products show the same level of performance. Well, I hope that after listening to this short introduction, you have a better understanding of the InBind performance. Please go to our all worldwide website to find extra materials about this and all our other products. Thank you so much for listening. Until the next, bye.